Aaron here with Ultraliminal Consulting. Are you ready to be exceptional at your work? Are you ready to be a leader? Not sure how to get there? That's okay. This is for you. As a leader, staying abreast of advances in technology is critical to your effectiveness, not only for yourself, but your team. The way I like to look at it, or the way that I used to look at it, was I like to try to stay at we'll call it the operational leading edge. I'm not a big fan of, we'll call it early market technology stuff. It's not my thing. I look for things that are consistent and work well, and they have redundancy to them, because for me running an operations, it doesn't do me any good to have a bang whistle thing if it's not going to work properly each time, every time. Because you want to be in operations, at least, like, you want to be fighting the problem and not fighting your resources, right? So, but what you want to do though is you're going to have staff that do, like, we'll say, like the leading edge technology and those things. So that's okay. So find projects that aren't so critical and have them try to see if they can't utilize some of those technologies. And part of that you're going to know, some of it you won't, because that's just is what it is. And in doing so, what you're trying to do is you want to grow people's skills and abilities. And with technology getting better, the whole goal is that you can manage things more efficiently and you can develop your people more effectively. And in doing that, what you're really looking for is saying, okay, like, in our space, what are our critical elements here that we need to look at? So in most jobs nowadays, what you're really looking at what you're really looking at is, we'll say, some basic programming skills. And that's not saying you have to learn C+ or Python or anything crazy. What it does mean, though, is, like, you probably should know how to work an Excel spreadsheet. Not saying you have to know, like, it to the full tilt, but, like, you should understand the basics of how it works. You should understand some of the basic functions of what it does. And then from there, know a little bit about data analysis, like, know a little statistics. Like, that's important. And you need to teach that to your people as well, because that influences how you make decisions. Like, as you're developing your people, you should be working with them on those skill sets. Like, hey, here's how this sheet works. Here's how you make the math work. Here's how the math works. Here's why these things are important to what we do. So it always ties back to that. Why is it important to what we do? And so as those technologies advance and as you learn more, you start saying, okay, this one works well for us, this one doesn't. Or this one in a unique space works well, this one doesn't. And so you start filtering it through in that fashion, and you're teaching your people to do the same as well. Because as you're working through those and they're working through those, you're developing them in their skill sets for those things. Because remember, leadership is two things. It's managing resources and developing people. So as you develop your people and their skills, these technology skills are as vitally important as any other skill, whether it be just, basic delegation or accurate prioritization, in like the skill sets of the jobs themselves. Like, hey, like, if you're assembling something or you're moving information or you're making decisions, like, all this comes to bear. So you're trying to remember, with the technology, the goal is to remove barriers, break down boundaries, and try to make things more streamlined and efficient. Always be aware that every step in efficiency you take, there's a step in redundancy that you lose, and you do need some redundancy. Like, that's important. But by working through things, teaching your staff about these technologies, teaching them how it works into your workflow and how it affects your decision points, that allows you to grow the organization, develop it, get it towards I call it the operational leading edge. And that way, when they're with you, they grow, they learn, they develop, and you can keep moving them up the chain. And if they go somewhere else, they haven't fallen off the bumpkin truck with zero experience in new technologies that other corporations, larger ones that they might have. And so that's kind of it. And if they go somewhere else that's smaller, or say aligned with, or same relative size, maybe they don't have some of the technologies. And when they take that promotion and move to that next company, they have that ability then to bring that skill set on board, and that helps them shine. So remember, the big thing we're looking to do is adapt with the technologies that are developing and coming out. We want to check those against what we're doing operationally to make sure operationally it makes sense, and we're not putting in weaknesses or inflection points that aren't needed. But really, too, it's to help us grow, stay abreast, be more efficient, be better at what we're trying to accomplish for our customers, and move forward from there. And also develop our staff at the same time so that they're efficient and capable. So be flexible, be smart, take your time, learn what you need to learn, teach your people to do the same. Till next time.